Here is the precise, the least amount of exercise required. The logical place to start, even if you're skeptical, is with the least amount possible. The logical place to start is not with an arbitrary number like 20, but with the least amount possible. In other words, if one set doesn't work, you can't go any lower to find the least amount necessary. You can't do 0 sets and have a workout. If one set doesn't work, you could always go to 2. But I can save you the time and the headache. I've already worked it out. I've trained over 400 people, closer to 500 people now over the last 4.5 years. One set per exercise and never more than 2 sets per muscle is all that's needed. That's just the way it is. And if you're incredulous, you're skeptical, the reason for that is that you still have operative in your subconscious the childlike logic that more is better. And if more is really better, as they imply, then why not do 200 sets? Why stop at 20? Where did they ever get the number 20 anyway? It's literally arbitrary. Remember, science is an exacting discipline. There's no room for the arbitrary in science.
So here's my audio shit. Oh man. Welcome to the stream, guys. It is producer B tonight. I've got to size some of this up and fix this. Alright. Don't mind me, gang. Don't mind me.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Uh-oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh, nope, that's the one I need. Close
Can you see a live chat?
Yeah, I can see the live chat. Probably nobody's going to show up. I was so nervous about getting all of this right that I'm so worried about getting this all set up properly that I didn't.
He's going to launch it off and then figure it out.
Time out. Question.
Yeah.
I have Apple, like the big AirPod Pros or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Would that be considered like a microphone?
Those do work, I think, as a mic. They have it on them.
Yeah, dude. Your earbuds are going to go into your phone, so they're going to work for Skype.
You think that would sound better? It'd be better quality than what I got now?
I mean, honestly, you sound perfectly fine.
Okay.
I wouldn't stress your audio. So, yeah, guys, excuse the ugliness here. Maybe I can transform this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just bear with me.
Put a filter on it.
Just bear with me, guys. Hold on. Where's the transform button? Fit to screen? Nope. Scale filtering? No. Blending. Show transition? Hide transition? Oh, I forgot how to do this. Order. Transform. That's the one. Now I need to edit transform. And I'm going to crop our image here. Let's see.
Cropping it up, chopping it up.
Cropping left. I need to crop the right side completely off. So let's just enter in the value of 500. We're figuring this out live, guys. This, like I said before, this is producer B. Producer E is no longer with us. Love him, miss him, grateful for everything he has done for the game.
He's amazing.
Here.
Sweet boy.
But it was
Sweetie heart.
It was time to. He didn't need to deal with my shit anymore. It's time for B to sink or swim. Let's go.
Some start firing.
Start 50.
Yeah, you're floating.
Bang. Oh, hey, look at that. Well, you can't look at it, guys. You don't see anything that I'm doing on screen right now. So we're gonna crop from the bottom now. I think I'm gonna pull another 150. Boom. Oh, let's go down to 130. No, that's a little much. Wait, hold on. I can drag it like that. Does that look it's kind of whack. All right, one more adjustment, then I will give a proper introduction, and we will get right into the show. Let's go to 120. Oh, why did Jacob move?
He's there.
That was weird. That was weird.
it just sucks that I'm looking at everybody sideways. So I feel like I gotta keep
imagine.
my head like this.
That is so funny. I hate that for you.
Oh, wait.
It's also hilarious. Okay.
There we go. My screen lock was on. God.
All right.
All right, now it's a little better.
I'm looking at it. That looks proper to me. Okay. Welcome back, heavy duty crew. Welcome to Iconocast episode 65. We are tastefully late, as always. We keep it professional around here. Professional production quality is how I'm coming. Guys, post it up in the chat if anyone shows up for this. Hopefully I don't upload a 2-hour-long video to YouTube with bad audio.
4 views.
But let us know if everything looks good and sounds good. But tonight we have a friend of the show who is back on for a return after a very impressive competition season. This is our homegrown hero here, Louisiana's finest, IFBB pro, Jacob Robichaux.
Glad to be on, man. Glad to be on. Been needing to chop it up with y'all fellas.
You've been a busy beaver.
Yes, I have been traveling a lot, working a lot, and training a lot, and just nonstop, man. Like I said before we went live, I haven't. Shit, I worked night shift last night. I was up at about, I don't know, I got about 2 hours of sleep from Wednesday to Thursday. Woke up at about 11. Had to go get a bunch of chicken from my people's meat market for meal prep. And then right before work, and then went straight to work from there, got everything prepped at work right before shift started, and then started shift, worked 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Got off this morning, went straight to the gym, did cardio, came home, brought my son to school, came back, went back to the gym with my wife, trained, and then came back home, chilled out for a little bit, got some meals in, and then went pick him up from school, and then cooked them dinner, and then here we are now. That's pretty much a day in the life of what I do. So
yeah,
non-stop.
The logistics of a competitive bodybuilder's like moment to moment sequence of a daily life is fucking tiring to even listen to.
Dude, it really is.
It's like, because I knew everything you were going to say. It's monotonous, minute detail after monotonous, minute detail, and everything is literally just preparing to fucking mark off, to check off boxes off of a daily checklist.
Literally.
It's like you have to eat 6, 7 times a day, so you have to supply the food for it. So there's a whole logistics behind having to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Then there's your fucking demands of your life thrown in there, you know, like taking care of your kids, actually talking to your spouse, washing your balls. All of those things have to be accounted and put into this schedule and this equation. It's retarded, bro. I am going through it right now. But what I am I am most blown away by is that you are still in fucking prep. You're still in prep?
No, we're out of prep. My body's just really responding. So my main thing, especially since working with Ben Chow now, is getting myself set up for the most productive off season that I could possibly have. We want to keep insulin sensitivity levels really, really high, and not push food too heavy. I mean, I'm eating a lot. When I say push food too heavy, like to most people, what I'm eating would be like they probably wouldn't even touch those numbers at their peak off season. And but long story short,
he's saying, guys, is he wants his next prep to be like my prep right now.
Just breezy.
He wants it to be
pretty much.
Perfect. He wants to be able to eat over 4,000 calories, not have to do any cardio, and lose 0.2 pounds a day.
So, I mean, honestly, yes, that's exactly right. So basically, last off season, So basically did New York Pro last year, 2024, and took absolute dead last, looked like absolute dog shit. I was like 200 pounds. Like, I looked horrible. Ended up swapping coaches and came into
Let's dig into that a little bit.
yeah, what you got?
I know talking to you in the past about it. It was kind of a culmination of really bad circumstances and factors. You know, being so
Yeah.
far away
Oh
from
yeah.
home, super high stress environment. I think it was a bit longer of a prep, and you were just crashed out by the time you got to stage.
Pretty much. So
And maybe some
that
neglect
that's what
from the
I that's
coaching
what
end.
I thought. That's what I thought originally. And working with the previous coach I had, I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but um, basically we never got blood work done, never did anything like that. And compared to what I ran this show, it was a lot more lot more agents that we threw into the factor of prep. You know what I'm talking about.
So
But anyway,
there was more involved last time than there was
oh
this time.
yes, oh a
That's very
lot more.
interesting because I was told that Ben Chow's got this notebook of all this crazy shit that he throws at his guys, and it's, you know,
No, and so
sounds like something a
basically, like,
hater would say, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So basically, like I said,
Or
blood
maybe he
work
just took it
was.
easy on you.
So basically, what happened was, with upon working with Ben, before we even discussed any type of protocol or supplementation, it was to get blood work checked, and my AST, ALT, estradiol, um, basically triglycerides, everything was, I mean, trashed,
Oh,
absolute trash.
really?
So I actually am sponsored by Forever Young Men's Health Clinic over there in Pascagoula, Mississippi. It's you ever heard of Kendrick McCarty?
I
No,
have
dude.
not. I have not.
So anyway, he sponsors me, and we actually have like a three-way kind of coaching thing going on with him, Ben, and myself. So what we did initially, we got blood work ran, got the results back, and did like a kind of like this, like a little three-way Skype call, and discussed what our plans were. As far as we kind of discussed that we weren't going to compete or even talk about like an off-season push until we got blood work back in check. Once blood work was back in check, we started an off-season push, and I got to around like 275, to maybe an Oreo and a glass of milk away from 280. And I mean, at 6 foot, that's a pretty big guy. But I was in nowhere near, even a 16-week prep would have been kind of long. I mean, kind of too short for me. So
Oh,
basically, what we did was we kind of just started tapering food back at about 20 weeks out. Not necessarily doing any type of like significant, like, we already knew what show we were picking to do, or around the time frame, and we started kind of just pulling back on food a little bit and introducing cardio at like 20 minutes a session, 4 times a week, and body fat started just melting off of me. Nothing in the system yet. Um, and we were just making daily changes at about from 16 weeks to about 12 weeks. We hit a really good stride. And then we actually started the prep because we picked a show. And probably at about 4.5 weeks out, we pulled all cardio and started like keeping training and off days at a baseline diet, which was probably, I think, the lowest. So the way Ben does it, he has like a big spreadsheet, and like you total macros, basically every meal, every macros counted for every meal. And at the bottom, he basically has the full macros for the whole day. And it was like, I want to say like 265 protein, probably about like 380 to 400 carbs, and maybe like 65 fats. I think the lowest we got was around like 3,200 calories. Which I mean, it's that's still a lot of food, but it's also not a lot of food.
People have a
But you
hard
got to
time
remember,
wrapping their hands around this.
yeah,
Because it's
exactly.
Yeah, when you're
it-
that lean, it's like nothing to you.
Yeah, but when you
Well, especially with the
there's
low
that,
fats,
but
dude.
there's a 6-foot tall enhanced bodybuilder with a BMI of probably 32 to 34. You were shredded, is what I'm saying. But you got
Oh,
so
dude.
much lean muscle that you are starving on 3,200 calories. Like, you're fucking hungry.
Well, I don't know what. So what is your carb up like for whenever you're peaking for like peak week? What is your? Do you even have a carb up, or is it like the day before, or?
It was like it would
I know you work
start.
with a new coach now,
It
so
would start. It would start in the past. It started like 2, sometimes 3 days before.
okay.
And
So we started
I
carbing
don't
up.
even know how much the amounts were, bro. I know I would be doing silly shit like fucking just eat 500 grams of rice with an ounce or two of chicken every fucking hour and then pose and take
Yeah.
pictures. It just got ridiculous. I ate so much food. I'd eat salt sandwiches for like a day and a
Yeah,
half.
no, dude, I'm telling you. So basically, what we did was, so yeah, like I said, those last 4 weeks were at baseline, and then we kind of like at about 2 weeks out, um, pulled back just a little bit more to get really, really depleted, and I was like extremely flat, but I mean, flat for me, I still look full. So like, and at this point, Ben never seen me in person like flat or even in shape at all. So I was sending him check-ins and everything, and I'm like, dude, like training. I'm basically if I go in and I get a pump, it'll last me until I have one sentence with like somebody. If somebody asks me, hey man, you still in that machine? Or if I ask somebody, hey man, you still in that? I'd lose my pump. Like if I stopped moving, I would lose my pump, and it would not come back. So we started doing.
Howard Dilly just commented. He says that Justin Shear said he was on 1,800 calories or less and killing cardio to get in shape.
Yeah, and you see some people, dude, they have to do it like
have
Samson.
to.
I was about to say like Samson, dude. Like I know what he eats, and it's like he's almost doing like 0 carb days, maybe like,
That blows my mind.
and he's 300 pounds.
It blows
Yeah,
my
it's
mind
fucking-
that
it's nuts.
they can even function like that. You know,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
because even my little ass, like, bro, I
No
have
carbs.
to
You're
have
like,
fucking
yeah, you're
bunch
like,
of
I'm
carbs.
dead. Yeah.
well,
I'm the
so
same
for
way.
me, we for I want to say like I said, the lowest we got was like 320 to like 400 carbs, somewhere in that range. I'd have to look at the spreadsheet and look back on it. But
like we were
like
just
for
saying,
me,
that is fucking high for a lot of people. Even a lot of
no,
really
yeah,
big guys.
absolutely. But that's just because you got to think about it, though, man. Like you work a blue collar job. I don't know how much like actual walking around you do or like actual climbing, but like being that I work in the plants, dude, I'm averaging 15 to 18,000 steps a day, climbing 15, 20 stories, flights of stairs. So doing that plus 20 minutes of actual direct cardio, plus already eating. I mean, for like I said, like we said, that's not a lot of food, but it's a lot to some people. But like being that active with me being 25 years old, that's still extremely young. So my metabolism's still kicking hard.
Oh yeah.
So like all of that combined, plus all of the super subs and stuff like that we throw in to help all of that, it's like I was just burning through everything that entered my body, which going into peak week brings me to what I was saying earlier. We started carbing up on like the Monday, and we started like
Monday
we would
to
up
the
it like
Friday, Monday to the Saturday morning. Yeah.
literally. So we started. I think we were at 320 on the Sunday, and then we upped it to like 4. We were basically upping it 100 grams of carbs until we got to that Wednesday, that Wednesday was whenever I drove out to Montgomery, Alabama to compete on Saturday. We did 1,200 grams of carbs that Wednesday with 2.5 gallons of water.
Yeah.
I weighed myself at 5 o'clock in the morning before I left for Montgomery. I was 220 on the dot. After all of those carbs and me just resting while driving, because like I said, in those previous days, I was on my feet 18, 20,000 steps a day. A
Fucking
first
brutal.
actual complete rest day with
You gained
eating
about
1,200 grams
eight
of carbs. Bro, I lost a pound.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I as soon as we got there, he wanted me to send check-in pics and wait. After 1,200 grams of carbs split between 7 meals and 2.5 gallons of water with 2/4 of teaspoons of salt on each meal, I dropped a pound. Granted, I was sweating and pissing the entire time. No diuretics yet. Sweating and pissing the entire time, dude.
No, when you're that
And
lean, man, when you're that lean, you don't hold on to water. People don't understand
dude, that's
that.
what I'm saying. Like when you're that lean, whatever you put in your body's coming out within a day or the next hour. Like
Oh, bro, I get so dry in the last few weeks, man. It is so hard to make it through the
Dude,
night because I
I
will
was
wake up to piss fucking 5, 6 times. It never stops.
so
I
like
piss all
I
day.
was staring at myself when we got to that hotel room that night and just looking, and I'm like, I've never looked like what the hell is happening to me? Like I was honestly like
You have
I
any?
was
You have anything on Instagram you could send to me? I'll put it up on screen.
yeah. I mean, if you just go pull up my Instagram, are you able to do that?
Yeah, I'm doing it right here, right now. You keep the story time up.
So let me. How do I
Because
go to
all
my
you have to do,
Instagram?
how do you go to your own Instagram? Come
Well,
on.
no, how do I go to my Instagram with keeping like myself on the screen?
Oh,
I still got death face. Jesus.
yeah. I don't know how you would do that. I don't have an iPhone. That's wizardry.
I don't know.
That's sorcery.
Hold up? Can y'all still see
Let's
me?
see. I think this is pictures from the Alabama show. Yeah,
Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still see you, brother.
Okay. So yeah, the first pinned post is the routine from Alabama.
I was wanting to see. Well, I mean, this is the finished product. This is what we're leading up to, right? So
Oh, you want me to you want like some like behind the scenes, not.
if you had something maybe during
Oh
the
yeah,
middle of this, from this Wednesday to Friday, with this
yeah.
realization, this point at which you go, oh shit, I have never looked like this before. You know, that's
Let's
what you were
see.
saying. You were so fucking lean that it blew
Yeah,
your
blowing
mind.
your own mind.
Let's see.
That's what's fun about getting lean. You
If
know,
you
if shit
send it to
starts
me
popping out, you're like,
in a
Jesus.
message, I'll be able to pull it up. I'll be able to throw that up on screen. So Howard says that Nate Spear had him doing 0 carbs and 4 ounces of chicken a day or two out trying to make light heavyweights. He says, I finally had to tell him the day of check-ins, dude, it ain't happening. I'm still 206.
Well, that's what happened to me for Tupelo. My weight just did not drop, dude. No matter how hard we pulled, my weight was just hanging on.
I believe in this. I do believe in this. At a certain point, there isn't just thermodynamics anymore. Your body does some strange things, and I feel like there's a certain point to which your body will refuse to want to get leaner or drop weight. It just fucking turns off that system. It just does not want to cooperate anymore. It says, no,
I don't want to die. I want to
finished.
fatten up.
We're finished. I'm holding on.
Yeah.
I will make you fall asleep while you're standing up. I will shut you down any way I can, and you just stop moving. Because I have gotten to that point where the progress just stopped, and it didn't matter what I did, how hard I pushed, how much food I took away. All I would end up doing is just run myself, like, just fucking headfirst into the ground. But then there's the other part, and this is what you were talking about, is when everything is structured and set up right, and you're running, and it's almost like your body is secure and it knows that everyth's taken care of. You're handling a lot of food and you just keep
Yeah.
dropping and you keep going and you keep going, and it just fucking, you just soar, you just morph.
Oh, dude, what?
But there's two different ways it goes. Like Howard's talking about, it can go good or it can go bad.
Dude, when I tell you that everything that could have possibly went right with this show, the Montgomery show, it was just mind-boggling.
Oh, bro, I was just looking at that fucking. I'm gonna put that up on screen. This is gonna be Jacob's routine from the Montgomery show, guys.
I'm sending you some stuff right now too.
This man was so fucking shredded, and I remember watching your stories and stuff leading up to this, bro, and it was so fucking impressive. How dry, how hard you were. I mean, even that level of density, the maturity of the muscle, even at your young age. I can't believe I'm 9 years older than you. That's wild.
Yeah.
But guys, this shit is fire. Let's see.
So
let me pull up my Instagram real quick. I gotta put this window.
So that stage shot.
Oh wait, don't fuck that up.
That one that I sent you with the stage shot is the one with the guy who got qualified for the Olympia at this show. Oh yeah, watch this. I don't think I've ever shared this yet.
I'm fucking up right now. I'm trying to blow you up on screen so that the gang can see you here. I mean, look at that, fellas. Look at how hard his legs are from the side. Look at how hard his shoulders are. The back shots are my favorite. Your back, it just gets so crisp, dude.
Watch.
Look at that. Look at that. I need to go back a little bit. Can I roll that back? Oh, I don't get a timeline on PC.
What you mean?
Man.
I'm sending it all. I'm keeping it all in the chat.
It's all good. I'm pulling this straight from your feed here. Look at the feathering on his quads, chat. You see my little cursor on the screen.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
I want to see the back shots again one more time. Fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, it looks like everything went right. And that was peak to perfection, bro. And you look fresh in the face. How are you feeling?
Dude, you know that feeling when you just go on stage and you just know, like, you're fucking on? Like, I walked on stage and, because backstage I was just looking around and I'm like,
here it is right here.
I'm like, oh yeah, we are on. Like, this is nasty.
Wow. Damn. That is sick. Alright, how do I get rid of this one? I'm still new to this, guys. I'm still new to this. Oh, close it right
Let's
there.
see.
Open it up here. Open it up here. Ah, so we got some comparisons here. Alright, so this was, this right here would have been the week of the peak, if I'm saying that right.
What comparisons?
Oh, you had some pictures of some side-by-sides, I guess, of a previous
That I sent you on the DM?
Yeah.
No, that's New York Pro last year.
Okay.
Weighing, I was 203 at New York on the left, and I was 223 at this show in 1 year, in far superior conditioning.
Ah, here we are. Let's pull up the year-to-year right here.
Oh, look, this is what I was trying to send to you. I couldn't find it, but I just found it.
Chat.
This was
look at this right here. Look at the difference in the side chest right here. So this is a year apart. What's the stat difference here?
weight-wise.
Mm-hmm.
203 at New York and 221 this year in 2025.
Yeah, it looks like 18 pounds of tissue and conditioning. So it's more than that. I mean,
Watch this. You in the DMs right now, right?
Mm-hmm. I just had the side chest comparison up. I'm putting the back double biceps up on screen for the guys. Wow, look how the hamstrings transformed, chat. They turned into blades.
working on the glutes this year.
They
That's what the
turned
feedback
into
was.
boat keels, man. Look at the depth. Look at the depth in the back. Let's follow that. Let's follow those traps down all the way to the lower back, and just the depth there, man. That is so fucking impressive. Gage, are you seeing this?
I think he hopped off. He said he had to go. I got a message saying something.
Oh, okay. I can't see everything because I'm screen sharing right now, but just wow. So that's the back double. Man. Whew. So what's this this picture of you up on stage? Who's that next to you?
Which well, hold up. I'm sending you some hotel room shots.
I'm looking at
from.
I'm looking at a most muscular and the fellow beside you hitting a front lat spread.
Oh, that's the guy who won the show. He's actually been to the Olympia already as a 212 athlete. He's like 5'6", 5'7".
Why does that matter? Why you had to say that? You got something against
Because-
short people?
Yeah,
Is it because we look bigger than you, Lanklet?
it is. So this was
Oh shit! But I want to keeping this picture up on screen.
yeah, no, you good.
It's freaking awesome, man. To look at the your conditioning, bro. Like the hardness of your legs compared to his.
Wait till you see this.
You know,
Wait till you
the
see this shit.
depth, bro. That rectus femoris, so fucking sharp, bro. Your chest, the striations in your chest, bro, blow my mind because it is from the clavicle all the way down to the lower pec. I mean, you get that Hadi Chupan fucking separation there, man. It's freaking glorious.
That's what I said, dude. I was looking at that in the mirror and I'm like, what the F is going on, dude?
Oh man, it's fucking awesome, brother. That is so awesome. Okay, I'm scrolling down to the chat. Look at this hotel room shot. Look at this dude. That looks like an AI. You know what I'm
Look,
saying? Like,
yeah.
oh, that looks like AI to me. That looks like AI.
This is literally
That is
like so. This
so nuts, bro.
this rear double that I just sent. That's the last one that I got. But that rear double I just sent is actually like the New York to like 1 year difference. Just the density, the width in the legs, everything, dude.
My God. Look at your arms, bro. Look at the difference.
And dude, that's the other thing too.
in the
Was like
tricep to bite all the way up, man.
I was gonna say once I flatten out, the first thing that goes. Let me see if I can get back to this.
Your arms go away.
Yes. How do I? There we go.
Same, bro.
Let's turn this back side.
And I don't have arms to begin with, so it's extra bad for me.
Science.
Uh-oh. Oh, because Gage left, so now I am mini on the team's display here.
I'm about to say.
Let's see if I can fix that. Turn off gallery mode. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Oops. Wait, hold on. Together mode? What's that do? Did it do anything? Oh, shit. That's retarded.
What?
I'm leaving it like this. Look what I just did, bro.
I can't see anything.
We're on a set of steps, man. We're together in some sort of.
I wonder if I can open up YouTube.
Nature scenic view. This is hilarious.
I'm about to see if I can open up
That's
YouTube and watch this live.
That's so funny.
Oh, now I see it. I can see it.
Oh, damn. I was going to say fist bump. It's right next to each other. That's hilarious. All right. So, wow, man. I mean, that physique we were just looking at, bro, that was insane. I mean, Third place, man. Third place at the New York Pro.
Yeah. So
Arguably
actually,
one of the biggest pro shows that there is. I mean, that is the New York Pro is right up there. It's just right
no, no, no,
behind
no,
the
no, no.
Arnold.
I got last place at New York Pro.
No, no, no. This year you competed at the New York Pro and took third.
No, it was the Body B1 Classic in Montgomery.
I thought you did two shows. I thought you did an Alabama show. And
Yeah,
then one show.
I did Montgomery and Tupelo.
Okay, okay, okay.
But so the guy that beat me that took second in Montgomery, he actually did he was from Australia and he knocked out 5 shows while he was here and got second place at all 5 shows. And then the guy that I beat, he's from Germany and he knocked out the same 5 shows as my buddy Tom, the guy that took second, and he took third with him and then went to Indy the week or two after Montgomery and took third place at Indy, which Indy's a pretty big show.
Yeah, the Indy Pro show is a big one.
Yeah, so for me to know that I beat somebody that took third place at Indy, now, I mean, granted, it all depended on the peak, but going off of the same situation, if I would have brought that exact look to the Indy Pro stage, knowing that I could have been anywhere within the mix at a top 5 pro show, like on that level, it gave me a real big confidence boost. And which brings me back to what we were talking about earlier, as I'm trying to really set myself up for a perfect off season. Like basically, I haven't ate a single thing as a 0.1 gram off of my meal plan so far. And I'm prescribed 1 free meal a week, but my thing is basically just running a high day. And I'll do, like I said, an extra about 200 grams of carbs as a meal 7. I'll just run basically 200 grams of carbs, a cream of rice, and no protein added to that meal, just straight carbs. And then I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up the next morning just dry as shit and full of glycogen, veins everywhere. It's crazy. And so far we are coming up this week on 7 weeks post show, and I'm up 2.5 pounds. So yeah, we are killing it. We're eating, I think it's 6,053 calories right now a day. It's 280 protein, 854 carbs, and right at like 62 to 65 fats. Nothing crazy. I feel like all since I've been working with Ben, it's basically been high carbs, low fats the entire time, and I love it. I love it. My body, whenever I eat fats, it just takes so long for the food to digest. It just sits so heavy on my stomach. So the only direct fat source that we have is, well, now that we're in the off season, it's avocado and in the pre-workout meal, either pre-workout meal or meal 4. I'd have to go back and look. Got it printed out. And 20 grams of nut butter in the morning with meal 1. That's like the only direct fat sources I'm getting. And that avocado is like 50 grams with the meal. It's like
not much at all.
Yeah. It's like 5 grams of fat, 10 grams of fat at most.
Wow.
But
I mean,
yeah, but like I said,
it's only 6,300 calories. You know what I mean? Like how that sounds is just absurd, and how lean you are. You know.
Yeah, dude. I genuinely feel so. Taking this all the way back to high school, I was like really, really overweight in high school. I played football. I was O-line. I was real out of shape. And I've always would hold a lot of lower belly visceral fat, like just right underneath the skin. It would just hold a lot of water, and that would be the last thing to go. As many preps as I did, it would be the last thing to go. And I genuinely feel like since we got my estrogen level back under control, and because I don't get like the normal side effects from high estrogen, like bitch tits or swollen nipples or sensitive nipples. I don't get that.
You don't have these
I just
convenient, easy warning signs to treat. Like, oh, it's
exactly
hot. Let me
like
do this.
yeah,
Bring it back down.
yeah.
You're good.
So I basically just hold a lot of fat in my lower stomach and ass like a woman, and that's basically the telltale sign for me that hey, estrogen's high. So, but since the show, even Montgomery, where I placed third, I genuinely feel like my body composition has gotten extremely better. And like I said, we're
It's
2.5 pounds heavier.
it's
Like
permanently
my
better.
lower,
It's permanently better. You've tapped into visceral fat areas that are not going to return. You know,
that's
you have a
genuinely what I
different.
think. Like,
It is what happened. I've seen it happen to my body, and as I'm going through this prep, my ass is leaner than it has been in previous preps. It's exactly the same thing.
yeah,
Once you dig into that and you stay there, it's gone. So now I'm actually holding fat on my lower back area. And that's the area I'm watching going. That's where I'm judging my progress week by week as I'm
exactly.
watching that
Yep.
area underneath my lats
Every
start to tighten
everybody
up.
has that one spot that they once they get lean enough, when you know that that's the last thing to go, that's that one spot you just continually keep an eye on. And like I said, for me, that was my basically me and my wife called it my pooch.
Yeah,
It was just basically like right by my belly button,
right
between
underneath.
like my,
Yep.
my groin and my belly button. And that's where I just held a lot of water retention, a lot of fat, and basically just with my body being so healthy now, I feel great. Obviously, now that we're out of the whole prep diet phase, cortisol levels are completely normal. I'm not completely stressed all the time. And I think just all of that combining into what you said about once you reach that level of leanness, all of that just being a minute factor now. It definitely plays a huge role into how my body responds to food differently. Because if you would have fed me this in my last off season, I would have just became a bloated cow. But now that we got my metabolism right, blood work in check, and um, everything in line, like my body's just ticking. Like, and that's why I said I've never had. So basically, turning pro came, and I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say this, but really easy for me. That like I did my first show back in 2022, won the overall, and like for me that was a big accomplishment. So I'm like, oh, and that was my first time dieting for a show. So I'm like, fuck, I just did 12 weeks of dieting, 16 weeks of dieting. I don't want to diet anymore. I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want, however much I want, and when I want. So I did that for like a week, and I just blew up. Like I, not in a good way, blew up either. Like, dude, ankles were like almost folding over my socks.
You.
And then we decided to do nationals, and got back into prep, got back state, and then when I won my pro card, I'm like, holy shit, I'm a pro now. Like, not that many people achieve this. I'm going to celebrate. So we spent the rest of the week in Orlando, and I wasn't on no meal plan. I wasn't calculating my water intake. I wasn't watching what I was eating. I was eating pizza and cookies and all of that good shit for like the week after. Blown peak again. So, I mean, blown reverse diet again. So when I got back home, my body was already like, hey, we got so much um, glycogen stored up that once you get back on meal plan and you start upping the 300 to 400 grams of rice per meal, you just oversaturate in a saturated body. So
You're
we're
just
just going to
getting
keep
fat.
storing it as fat.
Yeah, you're just getting fat.
Exactly. So it was like when I did this show with Ben and actually having proper guidance and somebody to hold me accountable after a show, this is like my first true off season. And I'm so motivated to, like I said, just do everything so perfect. That way, next time I get on stage, I can say, in 1 year, let's just say, I could decide to compete. In 365 days, I never missed a cardio session. I never missed a meal. I never missed a training session. I never missed a meal that I measured my salt on. I'm still calculating salt intake at this point. Like, everything's being accounted for. And that's just because next time I step on stage, I want to know that I did everything that I possibly can to be the best that I could be. And like I said, even if like a lot of people look at competing as like they once they hit prep, they're like, oh, locked in, or oh this, oh that, I'm ready for war, blah blah blah, and all of that good shit. And it's like, dude, you should have been locked in all off season. You ain't making no progress in prep. You might think you are because you're getting leaner and seeing shit that you've never seen before, but you're in a caloric deficit. I don't give a shit what you say or who tells me. You're not building muscle in a caloric deficit. And like I said, you might look because your lines are sharper and you're starting to see more striations and it's just appearing bigger, but I promise you, you're not. If you're losing weight, you're getting smaller. And that's why, like this season, I want to be able to visually see the gains that I'm putting on to know, okay, my glutes are actually gaining size because I can still see the outline of the muscle, not just a big, fat, bubbly ass. Like, I want to be able to see shit progressing this off season. I want to be able to actually go into the gym 5 months post show and still get an insane pump like I did a week post show.
Yeah,
Like,
you're talking about running things like a professional. I mean, what you're describing, is being locked in 365 days out of the year, treating
and
every
that's
day
what it
like
is,
a
dude.
prep.
Like,
And at the beginning of the show, I asked if you were still in prep because of how you were describing, you know, the daily life.
yeah,
And
no, that's what I'm
essentially,
saying.
you
Like,
are. I mean, bottom line,
exactly.
you are
Like,
preparing for the next show. Um,
it,
that
literally.
takes a whole entirely different mindset, and I will not operate in that mindset year round. I just can't. Like I have
Dude,
to
and
turn
I
off
never,
and just focus on survival. I have to.
dude,
I'm to the
and
point of
look,
surviving my life. So,
and no, I completely understand that, dude. And like, I'm not like saying like everybody needs to be like this, but like for some reason, I just had, and you know, I don't even want to say it was Ben telling me, but like spending that weekend with Ben in Montgomery, Alabama, um, it kind of opened up my eyes because like going into that show, I was like watching all of these Eric the Electric videos of him doing like 20,000 calories a day diet for 5 days and like doing all of these like binge eating stuff. And it made me like not want to do that, but I was so like so focused on like post show food.
I never
And
think
what,
like that. I
well,
don't know.
I
It's
did.
just a
And
food is just not an interest of mine at
well,
all.
and so you see, it's not for me now either. But like before that, we went out there and I went pick Ben up from the airport, and he had to go shopping because he's kind of actually in a prep right now. I don't know what for, but he's just getting lean as fuck. But long story short, we went to the store and I'm walking around and I'm just throwing cookies and shit. I see into the cart, and Ben looks at me, goes, "You're not gonna fall." And I'm like, "You want to bet?" And he
You
goes,
said you're not going to
and he
what?
kind of just, he said, "I know you're not going to eat all of that, blah blah blah." And he kind of gave me like this look, and I could tell like in the back of his head, he was like, "Oh shit, this dude's gonna fuck his whole like rebound up, and we're gonna have a shitty off season." He's one of these. Like he didn't have to say it. It's just the look that he gave me. He was like, he's one of these guys.
You're
Just
not serious.
competes. Yeah, exactly. And he, like I said, he didn't say that. Never once said that or anything like that. And but once I seen how he got me looking on stage and where I
Uh,
placed, it made me realize
let's
like,
go back to that for a second. I mean, dude, the level of conditioning and the separation, bro. It's like, I mean, I see pros on stage all the time, and you definitely stand apart in that aspect, man. I mean, the detail, the separation, the hardness. Very, very few are bringing it like that. And as you were talking about, if you put on 20 pounds of lean tissue, not doing it perfectly,
That's
last
literally
New York to this year, what would happen if you locked in for 365 days until the next show?
that's literally what basically I thought about. I'm like, if this is how we got with me doing this shit 50% for 8 months and then only really locking in for prep, I was like, what can we do if I just think like this? Like, basically, because like I said, all prep, dude, so there was like a switch just flipped, and I'm like, every 2.5 hours I'm eating. Every 2.5 hours I'm literally like watching the clock, and I'm like, okay, I eat my last meal at, like, in at work I got it set up where I'll eat at 6. At work now I'll do every 3 hours because the meals are a little bit bigger, so I'm giving it time to digest, but I'll do 6, 9, 12, 3, and then I'll go train after work, and then I'll have my post-workout meal after that, and then I'll go to bed. And then whenever I'm working nights, because I'm so fucking locked in still, like I said, in the off season, meal timing can be flexible, but in my mind, I'm like, everything has to be the same. So I'm setting alarms to wake up like every 2.5 hours to start prepping my meal. I'll eat it and then go back to sleep before I have to leave for work again. And then I'll go to work and I'll eat my last meal at like 9 o'clock at work. And I'm working from 9 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock in the morning the next day on night shift, not eating a single thing, because I'm like, if I would be home right now and bodybuilding was my profession, like my actual job, this is how it would be structured. So I'm like keeping everything exactly the same because I don't want any uncontrollable variables that I can even think about next time I compete and be like, fuck, man, if I wouldn't have ate at 3 o'clock in the morning on peak week the day before I drove out here or flew out here, because now my body is used to working night shift. No. If I work a night shift, that's perfectly fine. If I got to fly out in the morning after a night shift, that's fine. I know 6 a.m. I'm eating. I didn't just eat at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm keeping shit that dialed in. And like a lot of people say, like,
it's
an obsession.
One of the things that you've got going for you is those realizations, is that revelation, is the success that you had because you tasted that and you saw, the potential in foresight. You see what is down the road. You saw yourself in that hotel room. Like I said, those pictures, bro, that one shot, it looks like AI. It looks fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking nuts. And you know that. And you're still living on that. You know what I'm saying? That is motivation. That is keeping you fucking locked. And more power to you, brother. Fucking kill it.
Yeah, dude. And like I said, especially I want to give a shout out too to like Dylan and Kevin. Dylan and Kevin for turning pro as well. But those two guys turning pro also really like locked me in, because I don't want to kind of sound selfish when I say this, but like, to be the first classic competitor in Louisiana to qualify for the Olympia. And I don't know what they doing in their off season. And like I said, they can do whatever they want with it. I hope they're out enjoying, celebrating, because what they did is really, really an accomplishment that they should be fucking proud of. Like, not that many people can say, I know what it felt like to turn pro, but also make a dream that I've been having since I started lifting weights come into a reality. So it's like, I hope they're enjoying it. I enjoyed it. I wasted 2 years of competing because this shit, I realized that it came so easy to me. I was like, oh, fucking, what's everybody think bodybuilding's hard for? And then I went to New York Pro in 2024 and got my ass handed to me on a silver platter. And I'm like, oh, okay, this
Yeah,
is,
and that was a hard one.
yeah,
Yeah, like you said, you took it for granted. It did come
yeah,
easy. I mean, 2 shows, you had your fucking pro
yeah,
card, and you were leagues above the people in the amateur levels next to you.
yeah.
Genetically
And no,
speaking.
and that's what I said, dude. When you're backstage pumping up for a pro show, you question yourself, no matter how good you look. Like even for Montgomery, when I took third, I was up, and Ben, I didn't pay for Ben to get a coach's pass because it was so crowded back there that I wouldn't even paid for him because I couldn't pose for him. I couldn't let
Yeah,
him see me. So I'd go into the bathroom and he would look at me and, okay, eat like two ice cakes, and he would pour some honey on top of it while I'm like rubbing some sweat off of me or whatever, and I'd eat the rice cake, and he would like pour some honey in my mouth, and he would give me a packet of salt and be like, down this, get some coconut water, take a swig of the coconut water, and then I'd go back, plump up a little bit, get another athlete to send pictures to him in the audience, and okay, now we're on. We hold right there. So like that in itself was, I wouldn't say stressful, but it was just, I'll remember this shit for a lifetime, bro. Like that I owe a lot to Ben for treating me as good as he did, man. Like, if there's anybody that I can ever fully trust to just have any conversation with about anything, it's that man right there. Like, just he's not only like the kind of coach that is strictly like only talk to me if unless like don't talk to me unless it's about the diet or bodybuilding. Like I can hit him up and be like, dude, I had a fucked up day at work today. Just need somebody to talk to. What you got? I'm here for you, bro. Anything you need, whatever you need, I got. And he's just such a good, genuine guy, man. Like I said, I get nothing things to say about him. And it's just when you get first call outs at a pro show, it I can't even like begin to explain how it feels,
oh man,
because
it
like this is my,
it all builds off of, I mean, your whole journey it just keeps adding depth and layers to this experience and to leading up to that point of that Montgomery show. I mean,
yeah,
it all fucking meshes together. Like you said, things came easy. You lived the
yeah,
high of it coming easy. You took a huge loss and a hurt to your pride. You then locked in
yeah,
what you thought was locked in.
yeah,
You
yeah.
took it to another level. You pushed yourself. You mentally decided that you were going to get redemption out of this.
Oh, absolutely.
You
And
show up to Montgomery still not even realizing what you had accomplished until a couple nights before in the hotel room, or the
yeah, like
night
Ben
before in the
Ben looked
hotel
at
room.
me.
Yeah,
So like I said,
he
I
told you.
picked Ben up. I picked Ben up at the airport, and I had like um you I don't know if you get like this, but when I get to a certain level of leanness, I don't care if it's 98 degrees outside or 105 degrees, I'm wearing a hoodie and sweatpants. I'm just that
Cold.
like lean. So we're in Montgomery, Alabama, August, hot as shit. I go pick Ben up at the airport. I got my AC off in my truck, and I'm wearing a big, like woven hostile jacket, and the sweatpants that I'm actually wearing right now. And we get back to the hotel room, and he's like, okay, he said, when's the last time you ate? And I said, right before I left to come get you, I got another meal in about 40 minutes. He said, okay, well, let's see how you look right now. And I said, all right. So I went to my truck, so I walked out, and he said, hit a front relaxed. I hit it, and his eyes just was like, he kind of looked at Marcella and gave like a nod and kind of like raised his eyebrows up like that. And he said, hit a side chest. And I did it, and he goes, fuck, mate. Because he's from the UK.
Yeah.
And he said, rear double. And I do like I normally do. I pulled in, and he was like, dude, he said, just wait till we start really drying out. And dude, after we got our first coat of tan, we went and he looked at me and he was like, we're on next meal. We're just going to pull back slightly. Like basically, I think the lowest carbs that I got leading up to the show was, besides show day, was the Friday. We basically did, I think, 750 carbs that Friday. And it was mostly coming from, I was doing, I'd have 2 beef meals, which was like 3 ounces of beef.
Okay.
2 chicken meals. Yeah, no, 2 beef meals, 4 chicken meals, and the total grams per those meals was like, I think 65 grams of 65 like weighed out grams of chicken and beef for those meals. So like maybe 2.5 ounces total.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 300 grams of rice. He had 7 rice cakes, but we agreed that we're gonna swap it to the crispy rice cereal, and I would pour that on top of the rice, and we would do 70 grams of pineapple, 30 grams of honey, and one meal had 20 grams of almond butter in it. And that was basically, and a banana. And that was basically like the meal that I was eating. What's that?
That was the meal to hold you over while you slept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but long story short, like it was basically those meals from Wednesday till Friday, and then the Saturday morning we did I think it was like 3. It was the first meal minus the banana and then hopped on stage and went backstage and had I think it was 3 or 4 rice cakes with like 2 packets of salt on each one, and just an untracked amount of fucking honey just poured into my mouth from Ben.
He gave you a lot of details, listener, but what he's saying is that by the time he showed up and picked Ben up, what he did from that point after, it wasn't so much about carving up and trying to fill out. That was enough to sustain a transition or a recomping. Yeah, that was enough to sustain the look and to dry out at the same time. That was not
basically,
it was not an extreme protocol at all. It was just like,
no.
All right, we're cruising in. So notice he said he did the same thing from that Wednesday up until the show day. So I mean, there's nothing more ideal than that. There was no stress.
No,
there
and
was no worrying.
That's what I'm saying.
There was no trying to, we gotta get some space here, or we gotta try to catch up right here. They didn't have to do anything.
Exactly, and we knew everything that we were putting into my body was what I was eating leading up to the show.
Yeah,
it was just less amounts. And then when we needed those refeed days, we were doing like I said, we were at like 320 on the lowest. We were doing refeed days to just get me back up to where I'd have just enough energy to pull down another 3 days.
Yeah.
And then we would refeed again. Yeah. So we knew like, hey, this is how long it takes me to fill back out. This is how long it takes me to flatten out. And basically we were just, like you said, maintaining a look from basically Thursday to Friday and Saturday morning, because Wednesday we actually did the fill up part of it, which, like I said, I don't even understand how my body began to process all of that food, because I wasn't moving at all. I just drove like 8 hours to Montgomery in a truck and just was stopping to piss every 5, I don't know, maybe every two hours I was stopping to piss. Maybe even sometimes every hour stopping to piss. And like I said, I dropped a pound just driving there, being off of my feet and just relaxing from how strenuous my job is. Like my body's just inflammation just went completely down.
That's what happened. You finally got a chance to calm down, and you started removing all of that inflammation and all that water. So even though you're filling up this, all that external is going down, and it's just
Yeah.
the perfect storm, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was probably, I think that experience was better than turning pro, in my opinion.
Well, bro, it
Just,
changed your life. It changed your entire
yeah,
outlook
like
about
perspective.
bodybuilding moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, your whole mindset shifted, and now you're a guy who's fully on board. You are mentally sold. You are cemented in this. The prep has not stopped. You
No.
experienced such a high on success. You experienced such a high level of trust with your coach. You had such a profound realization in that peak week and saw
Yeah.
what the outcome was that you have not let go of that since.
No, absolutely. And
I feel like a
I think
therapist
another
right
I
now.
think another what's that?
So I feel like a therapist right now.
Yeah. I think another thing too, it played a huge role into actually like um continuing that high, was the new Olympia qualification rules. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes, the point system qualification. I think that's very cool,
Well,
actually.
so yes and no. So as a professional, the New York Pro, the Pittsburgh Pro, Dubai Pro, and
What's the other one?
I don't know, but those are all
Auto
qualification shows.
qualifications if you win.
Every other show, you have to win 2 shows
Yes.
to qualify, or get top 25 in the point system,
Right.
and that's it. That's it. So
That's
if you
the
don't
only people
win,
who are
if
gone.
you don't win, if you don't win 2 shows or win one of those 4 or 5 shows, then only 25 more people will qualify for the Olympia, and that's going off a point system. So they're going to have a lot of people competing this year. A lot of people strategically picking out shows, and the fucked up part for me is that I only have a certain amount of time off of work. I can't just be like, oh shit, let me just get in shape and then knock out 5 shows back to back to back to back to back each weekend. Like, do a show, probably do a couple 0 carb days until the Wednesday, and then start carbing up for the show the next weekend, and then do the same thing, and then do a show the next weekend. Like some of the other people who, like I said, do this for a living. Like I want to do this for a living because I do it for a living. I just don't get paid for it. Like
It is
like some
your
other
life.
people.
Yeah.
That's what
It
I'm
is
saying.
your
Like,
life. It's just not your income.
this is my
right
life,
now.
but not my job. Like,
Yeah.
it's a job to an extent because it does bring in some money for me as far as like sponsors and stuff, but
But
it's
it will
not
not.
enough
It
to
is not enough
pay
to.
a fucking a house mortgage.
It's not
Put
enough
it to
to
you like
say,
that.
"Hey, I'm not showing up to the other gig because I'm going to compete." You can't do that. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
at the
exactly.
beginning. Yeah.
So like I said, I only have really 2 weeks of vacation per year, and I gotta dedicate at least, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 days to take my family on vacation, because I don't just want to be selfish and be like, okay, the only time that I'll ever take off of work is to go compete. Because like my son's 2 years old, he's just getting into like the Disney themed movies. Like, he's just getting into like Monster Jam stuff. So like, I want to take him do these.
Uh-oh. I unplugged my mic. Uh-oh. We've got some audio issues.
You still there?
Yeah, okay.
I can't hear you.
It's all fixed. Can you hear me now? I'm sure you
Okay,
can.
yeah, I can hear you. But yeah, like I said, if I was able to compete every freaking weekend, I would just be like, oh yeah, let's just knock out 7 shows in a 2-month time frame while we're in shape. But it's like I can't. So like it's like, okay, what 2 shows am I gonna do? And that's the only 2 shows I can do. Unless I travel out there the day before the show when I get off on a Thursday afternoon and literally get out there, go to check-ins, the Friday and then compete Saturday and then have to fly back in Sunday. It's just not doable. So it's like, for me, it's just, I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's why I'm taking this off season so seriously. That way, like, if there's that chance that I can go from a third place to even a second place next year, it's progress. I know I'm in the right direction, but in reality, I want to fucking win. Like, I'm not just doing this shit just to show up for a participation trophy. Like, if I don't get first place next year, that's a loss to me. Not saying that in a negative way, like a cocky way, like I don't think I deserve a first place, but if there's that chance that I could squeeze into a first place at a show, like I said, I want to go into this show knowing for the last 365 days or however long that it is in between shows that I did everything in my willpower to control the controllables. That way, like I said, next time I step on stage, I know that I've given it all that I've possibly had. And I know 1 year is not a significant amount of time to be like, oh, I didn't get first place this year. I didn't qualify for the Olympia this year. As a 25-year-old bodybuilder who's been doing this shit professionally for I wouldn't even consider the New York Pro as my first real season because I wasn't working with a coach that was worth a fuck. So it's like, I consider that as a learning curve to know what not to do. But now that, like I said, we came into this show at 100%, we finished with a third. So if I can give 100% all year long, then who's to say we can't go from third place after giving only 80% since I started bodybuilding, or 60% since I started bodybuilding. Let's give it 100% for a whole year and see how good we can come in. Let's give it 100% for 2 years, see how good we can come in. Then at that point, we might even have to switch to open, because I'm a good bit of ways away from my cap, but if I stay healthy and fresh and I don't injure myself or blow out a pec or tear a quad or something, that was fucking weird. This morning, just seen a ghost in my house. But anyway,
Yeah, man. I'm hearing it all. You're fired up about it.
yeah, man.
The prospect, of your potential or what your future could hold is, it's. I don't think any one of us can put limits on it, man. I mean, what you did at 60%, after taking the big L and the year that followed, it was absolutely insane. It's mind blowing. And then,
oh, absolutely.
like I said earlier.
But hey, let's talk about you. I want to know what the fuck you getting ready for.
Well, so I had quite a rough year, in a few different ways, and I decided that I just wanted to do a local show just so my daughter could see me compete, because I had taken her to a couple of shows, and she kept saying that she wanted to see her daddy up there, that her daddy was the best, and that if her daddy if her daddy was up there, he would win, and the last show that we were getting ready to leave, and she got upset because I wasn't competing. And she threw a fit in the kitchen and said, "No, I want to see you compete." And I had a really bad year, mental health-wise, the other things that had come up in the year. So I just decided, I wanted to do something. I just needed to do something. I'd do it for her. Well, I didn't realize, but I was actually setting myself up for a perfect prep. So after the big L I took at Nationals last year, I didn't push anything hard, androgenically speaking. I didn't do anything extracurricular wise other than a baseline of test and an added bit of Masteron for just any estrogen conversion. That's what I did. And I decided that at the beginning of every month, on the first of every month, I was going to increase my food. And I did that for 8 months. Yeah, for 8 months straight, I did that. And I worked my food portions up to what I didn't realize was pretty retarded high. But I decided that I wouldn't increase my food if I got any fatter, but I never got fatter. I stayed at about the same body comp, and I just kept adding, kept adding, kept adding, kept adding. And when
What were you doing, like 500 calories extra a month? Like,
I don't count anything like that, so it was just weights of food. I would just add 50
okay,
grams. I'd add 50 grams of rice to each meal.
okay, okay.
And then once it got that high, then I was like, okay, now I'll add some added fats to each meal. All right, now I'm gonna change up meal 6 before bed, and I'm gonna make it big. And like that was the changes that I would
Yeah.
into every month, right? So I did that. I started playing. I started experimenting with my training as well. And what I started trying out was different splits that could increase my frequency without mitigating my intensity. So I started fucking around with like upper lower shit. So I would do less movements for each body part overall, but I would train more frequently. So I went from training like once every 4 or 5 days to training every third day. So 1 on, 2 off with upper lower. So then I'm repeating the frequency of these muscles
Yeah.
more and more frequently. And I kept playing around and experiment with that. And then over the last few months, I started doing full body. And I kind of fell in love with it. It's really fun.
So what were you doing? Like, so for full body, you were doing like 2 sets of like 1 set of quads, 1 set of hams, 1 set of shoulders, 1 set of chest.
Sort of, yeah. Some things overlapped if I used a compound. So like, if I did, 2 presses, that's extra on the triceps, that sort of thing. So like I have a upper focused full body and I have a lower focused full body.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
Upper focus stacks the front end of the workout with upper body movements. Most are isolation-ish. And then the last 2 things are legs, and where I'll do an RDL and a heavy leg press. Right? So
Makes sense.
I get
RDL, you can kind of hit your back, transition into the legs while warming up.
Posterior chain gets hit hard,
Yep.
and then I get doubled up on adductors, and I could get a lot of quad flexion on the heavy leg press, right?
Yeah.
But that's on the upper focus day. So on the lower focus day, that's when I switched to all the lower body isolations. The actual adduction machine, hamstring curls, leg extensions, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I started playing with all that, and then I decided that, okay, it was time. We're going to do something. We're going to prep. So she asks for my eating. So I send her everything, and she sends me
Talking about Lacey, right?
Yeah, send it all to
How did you,
What happened?
oh, it's my kid's toy. I don't know. I seen that ghost earlier, and then I started hearing some shit underneath the table. It was my kid's toy. But no, how did you get connected with Lacey? Like, what made you decide to go with her? Just her success recently?
It was always an offer that was on the table. Lacey and I are friends for quite a while. Over the last couple of years, I had a lot of talks with her at different competitions that I did, and she would message me all the time, just as a friend, just somebody who had my back if I needed it, always.
Because I think that was an excellent choice for you. I think that was a great, that was probably the best choice you could make. Because you were self-coached before, correct?
Phil was my
no. You, what's that?
Phil was my prep coach. I
Okay, yeah.
I always did all my own stuff in the off season. I only ever had somebody when I would prep.
But he would actually make your diet for you, or you would just bounce ideas off of him?
No, I let him have the control of the diet.
Okay.
He would do all of that.
But going back though to Lacey, I truly, genuinely think that was the best decision you could have made as far as an athlete going to a coach, because
it sure is showing that to be the case right now.
Oh, dude, you look insane. Like, I've never seen you. I thought you looked wild for Southern, but not Southern, South Central. That year that I guest posed, I thought you looked ridiculous. But seeing the amount of tissue you've added now that you're doing that new training split as well as working with Lacey, I don't know if those two correlate with each other, but something in the equation is adding up, and
Like I was kind of alluding to earlier, man. It was just all building up the perfect storm, right? So I adapted and I evolved in my training so that I'm able to train more frequently, and I got all that going, and I ramped all this food really high. And when I send her the diet, she sends me back a diet to start with. That's it's about 4,000 calories, and I start on this thing and I'm starving. Like I can't go to sleep at night because I've got stomach pain. So then she has to up my food, and this whole
gotta hop on
time,
that Retta.
bro, I'm just morphing. And it what I think it comes down to too is with my feedback and what I told her, man, she made a diet that is so easy. It's actually perfect for me, for my schedule, for how I need it. I told her, hey, I need something light in the morning. I do not like to eat heavy first thing because I'm going to work. So I need something that, digests well. That second meal, if I'm going to eat it at work, it needs to be something I can put down quick so I can stay busy and stay focused in that first half of the day. Then at lunch and after, we can pick it up, right? And that's just how it's set up. So she had to increase my food within the first 7 days because that was not going to happen. Over the last 4 or 5, I think it's been 5 weeks, I have not had a change to my diet. I have not I have not counted a step even. I'm not doing any cardio.
Damn.
And my average weight is just lower and lower every week. When my weight is stable and I don't have a fluctuation of fluid retention from training, I'm dropping 0.2 pounds a day. It's wild, bro. It's just the perfect storm. I didn't use, like I said, I didn't do anything anabolically speaking since December. So adding those things in, and it's nothing extravagant, but the changes, man. I mean, it's pretty wild, dude. I made some significant improvements.
Definitely, you can definitely tell from all those updates I see on Facebook and everything, dude. It's ridiculous. Like I said, I feel like seeing you from since the first time I met you. It seems like your progress in the last 8 months has been doubled since what I've known you, like since for the how long period of time that I've known you, because like your arms have gotten significantly stronger as a body part.
Yeah, for sure.
Legs,
So
quads, sweep.
I'm putting up the last kind of physique update I have here on Instagram, and it's the 4 pictures: the front relax, the front double, and the 2 back shots. And I mean, just my entire shape is different. Like the front double bicep was never a strong suit for me, but now I actually have
thickness.
Arms. The way my quads are. If you turn me around now, it's my legs from behind, bro. Those adductors are there. The hamstrings are big. The glutes always huge, but there's even more depth and density to the back. I took pictures this morning that I wasn't happy with. And even still, my shape, the shape, the silhouette keeps changing, man, and getting better and better and better and better. So, yeah, it's gonna be wild, man. So I like I said, I thought I was just gonna do a little local show so my daughter could see me compete. But what I'm seeing right now and the way things are happening is this is an opportunity I can't miss out on. And I absolutely have to do nationals. I mean, I have to. I mean, the way things are going.
I agree. I agree.
This could never happen again.
Yeah, dude, you look
how did things go this
fucking nuts, dude. Like that lat spread is just from neck to glutes. It's just one slab of meat. Like your lats literally go from the bottom of your shoulders right here all the way down to your trunks.
I have so much meat there that it like people are like, oh, bro, you need to roll your arms back. And it's like, bro, I can't.
Yeah.
Like I'm having all
Your
kind of
lat is
tissue.
literally hitting your tricep when you're trying to roll it over. Like it's retarded, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking with my external rotation for sure. It's hard to hit some of those poses. Like, I had trouble hitting a front double. I had a trouble doing an abdominal and thigh while I was practicing after a training earlier today because my arms were pumped and I could not physically grab the back.
Yeah,
I couldn't grab the back of my head. So we're definitely making some
yeah.
strides here. Howard asked, "What are my calories at now?" They're at 4,200 right now. Is what they're at.
Jesus.
It's 4,200 daily. Lacey told me.
Are you doing Southern this year?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do Southern, then
Okay.
I'm gonna do Nationals.
So we I talked to Bubby and possibly me, Kevin, and Dylan might be guest posing at that show. So that'd be pretty cool. I'll be there regardless if I am or not. But I think I talked to him and I asked him here because I was supposed to guest pose for him in Orange Beach for Beach Bash, but he's actually not going to be at the show because he's judging somewhere.
Oh,
I think maybe the
really?
port. I think, yeah, I think
Okay.
he was judging the Puerto Rico Pro, and I was actually supposed to guest pose, but now that he's not going to be there, he don't want me to guest pose because he wants to see me in person. So I'm probably still going to go to Beach Bash because one of the hostile athletes are competing there, and he's coming out from up north. So we'll see how I want to see how he looks.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to see what I look like next to pro bodybuilders. Um, I,
Let's get it, man.
looking at those back shots, man, and the ones I took earlier today, I should have uploaded them so I could have pulled them up on screen. But like the two back shots, man, that's I
There's
don't
some
know.
strong points
I don't.
for you,
I don't.
bro.
I don't.
If
I don't want to
if
be arrogant or
Lacey,
anything, but if I bring it in perfect, if I bring it in what it could, what the potential is there for it to be, I don't know who's gonna beat him. I don't know who's gonna beat that rear lat spread.
nobody,
And
not at least nobody locally, for damn sure. Um, I mean, your
it's
biggest competition, as I can see right now, and what was, and I don't know if it still is, but was Shad. That was the only guy that you would go neck and neck with. And then again, it's like I haven't seen any updates from him recently, so I don't know what he looks like. I see what you look like, but y'all are the only two open bodybuilders that can damn near hop on just about any Louisiana and just automatically secure
there's
a win.
there's not many of us left. There's not many. There's not many open guys left, man. The
No,
story,
and
the
look,
story of the
dude, it's
world.
because
Classic stealing all the talent.
shit. Look at Urs. He swapped over. Dude. I wish that I had the size to swap over, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
make damn sure.
you're young though, bro. By the time
I'm gonna swap to the open.
by the time you're 28, it's over. You're not making weight anymore,
I'm
man.
I'm like I've talked to Ben, and I told him, I said, dude, like I don't want no limits for an off season. Like I don't care if my potential is in classic. I want to push the limits. Like just because we're 2 pounds away from the weight cap, I'm not hindering an off season just so I could go into a prep and be like, okay, we're gonna make weight. No, fuck that. I'm as long as we're making progress in the off season, my gym performance is still good, my body composition is still good, and digestion is on track. I don't care if we have to eat 10,000 calories a day to gain size. I'm gonna do what it takes. Like I want to eventually pursue the open category.
That's the thing,
And
man. If things continue the way they're continuing for you, it's not going to be a challenge to eat that because you've built up to these
yeah,
requirements. You've worked towards
absolutely.
these requirements. You didn't have these phases like we talked about earlier where you're just throwing food on top of already full glycogen stores and you're
Yeah,
spilling over. You're not combating yourself. And that's what I'm kind of going through right now, is that it's just this perfect equilibrium where everything is just at this flow state where everything is working in favor, you know.
So
Like
so for
it's
me,
just
so for
perfect.
me, this off season, I'm basically doing um 4 training days, and what we did was we're doing basically it's almost 3 leg days, so to speak, except it's basically I took out chest training damn near almost completely. Like I don't need to train chest. Like my chest is sore today, and I don't know why. I really don't. But long story short, we have
It's too big for
an
your body.
interior. Yeah, we have an interior leg day. We have uh glute. Well, so I'll just run it through you. We have a push day, which is basically shoulders, just specifically shoulders. Because like I said, I'll do like 1 set of cable flies, and my chest is lit the fuck up. Um, then we have pull, which is back off, and then we train. I'll do quads, and basically quads and calves. I'll go off, and then I'll do glutes and arms off, and then hamstrings, and I'll do a little bit more calves on the hamstring days. And that's basically the way my training's set up right now. And another thing too that we do to keep insulin sensitivity in check is we kept cardio in at 20 minutes fasted. Well, that I do it fasted, basically. Um, 20 minutes of cardio 5 times a week. Like I said, I get all those fucking steps in at work, and it's not that I'm tracking them. I just wear an Apple Watch at work, and
It tells you.
it's
Yeah.
just convenient. Yeah,
How much
it's
you're
just
moving.
convenient to look down. I'm not basing anything off of it. I'm just keeping track of like about how many steps I get, just as like a backup to where like if like, oh shit, I hit 30,000 steps today. Let me not do cardio and over tired my body.
Yeah, it's a
But
good metric to have to keep an
yeah,
idea
yeah,
on fatigue, you know, and what you're generating,
exactly.
what your
So
output is.
so basically training days, like I said, we're at like 800 something grams of carbs, I think 850 something. And then on non-training days, we back it down to like 500 carbs, and we keep fats and proteins the same on both days. So it's like we're knocking down, like we're basically on 3 days a week, probably about almost 2,000 calories a week split up between those 3 days. So it's like we're pushing, 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 pulling back a little bit, pushing, pushing, pulling back a little bit, pushing, pushing. So it's always like we're never eating enough to spill over, so to speak, if that makes sense. But we're not in a deficit enough to go depleted and look soft or regress and not be full of glycogen. So it's like we're in that perfect balance, like you said, where you're at, where everything's just firing perfectly to where it's like we're not getting any fat and we're gaining about a half a pound a week.
So
So
one
it's like
thing
what we
too
are.
that's part of my equation, and it kind of it interests me because you're talking about this cycling, but that's actually one thing that I kind of removed. So before I started this prep, I had decided like maybe six weeks before, 8 weeks before, that I quit using insulin intra workout or post workout. I just decided I was like gonna not do it, see what happened. So I don't have that. In the previous, before, I would always have like 600 extra grams of carbs every training day, just centered around my
Yeah.
training, and then I use insulin. But now I don't have that, and I think I trained my body to just become a carb
Wait, I'm
destroying
not. See, I'm not
machine,
on insulin.
so insulin sensitive. Well, I'm not saying that you are.
Yes.
I'm just saying that because I did it
No,
for
no, no.
so long, and I
Yeah,
gave my
yeah,
pancreas
exactly.
that break. Every time I'd have a shit ton of carbs, my pancreas had a break.
So I'm basically on. I say basically, I am taking metformin every day.
Ah,
So that's where we can play with the carbs and everything.
I was wondering if you were employing berberine around those high carb meals because you're talking about maintaining such good insulin sensitivity, but it's just body fat composition.
I'll do
the way you're
I'll do a
dieting,
GDA.
the way you move. Yeah, okay, like a Matador or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's actually
Oh,
shit, what's the
Hostiles
brand?
product? No,
No, they don't have a GDA. No, I can't think of the brand right now.
That's okay. We don't shout out brands we're not sponsored by anyway.
Yeah.
You better pay
Well,
up.
another shout out, little what do you call that? Shameless plug is the peptides that I'm actually running right now. MOTS-C, AOD, SLUPP, 16, which is cardarine. I'm actually running HCG, also GLP-1, retatrutide. What else?
Damn.
Fuck, some other shit. Five amino and glow, which is BPC 157, TB 500, and KV, which is like basically just your three main
Recovery.
overall health and repair. So it's a lot of shit that I'm still running, but not as like it's basically all health supportive supplements.
Well, there's
dude,
part of the answer to Howard's question, because Howard, I was waiting to ask you this, but so that might be part of it. So he says, question for Jacob: how do you manage recovery and sleep with operations shift work at the pro level? There you go.
Yeah, definitely a big failing on the sleep aspect of that question. So Ben actually has a spreadsheet separate from the diet, where every single day I'm telling him how many steps I got, what my fasted weight was, what my fasted blood glucose level is, what my fasted blood pressure is, how much direct cardio I did, what I trained, any meals replaced or meals missed, and he'll have like relevant any other relevant topics that aren't listed on that spreadsheet that I need to tell him, or that basically, like, for instance, if I have shit sleep, I'll put on that topic. Transitioning into night shift, only got about like 2 hours of sleep, but it basically takes all of those numbers from Sunday to Saturday, and at the bottom of that spreadsheet, it'll basically round all of those and estimate them until like your average sleep for the week or whatever. And like I'm only averaging like 3.5 hours of sleep every day. Like shit, it's shit. But I mean, with all like the BPC, the TB, the fucking all the whole smorgasbord of peptides that I got a literal what do you call that you go fishing with tackle box full of just peptides with labels on them, and liver pills, milk thistle, all of that good stuff, and glutathione.
All of the things that are doing partial of a job of what an actual restful
like
sleep
good night of sleep
do, which is eliminate metabolites, eliminate inflammation,
exactly,
partition nutrients. All those things happen while you're sleeping. Liver cleansing and repair,
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And like that's what I've always told like everybody that asked me that question, because that's a big question. Like I posted that story yesterday about people asking questions, and dude, every single one of those questions was the question he just asked. I'm not shitting you. Like I had like 200 people ask, how do you manage work life and being a father and this and that? And it's like, you just fucking do it. Like I really can't tell you. I'm not in your shoes, so I don't know what your daily life is. But as far as me, I just get up and put my right foot in front of the other, and I know what needs to be done that day, and I just make sure that I do it. And I mean, you can attest to this too. As a bodybuilder, we're so OCD. Like if one thing, like one little disruption to your daily schedule can fuck up the whole day. And like that's why I over prepare for my day. Like when I leave for work, I don't just bring meal prep containers with me. I'll bring an entire bag, 8-pound bag of chicken breasts. I'll bring a 2-gallon bag of rice. Like I make all my meals at work, but everything's cooked. I'll just throw it together at work because like, let's say I pack my 4 meals that I bring to work with me and I fucking drop my lunchbox on the ground and I'm fucked. But if I have an 8-pound bag of chicken with me, I can salvage something from that. I don't care if I gotta wash it off or something, but and it's definitely leaving the house as a bodybuilder takes.
Yeah, so
you're almost like a female.
As a blue collar guy, as a man, you know, having a family, we are in a situation that is not ideal for bodybuilding. There are things that you cannot avoid. In Jacob's situation with shift work, he cannot avoid the sleep issues. It is a thing that he is going to be plagued with as long as he works shift work. It is the nature of the beast. You cannot shave off other areas of life to get more of it. That's not how it works. It's not going to happen. And I have these kind of stressors and these factors in my own life. And like you said, if one thing goes wrong, it offsets the whole rest of the day. There are no permanent solutions or fixes to this kind of stuff. It is making up for it in other areas, like you talked about, being prepared, you know, being adamant, like having these boundaries, you know, like I will not leave the house without X, Y, and Z. It's not going to happen. These things stay in my bag. They're with me at all times. Like, you got to cover the bases.
Absolutely, dude.
You're not going to avoid some of these things. I think another thing that's been an absolute game changer for me, and one of the reasons that I am doing so well in this current phase, is because earlier this year, I decided that I had enough and I was going to get myself a CPAP. And Howard just commented he sleeps like a dog now that he got a CPAP, thanks to me.
Yeah.
Because I got on one and he's like, man, I've been avoiding it too. What kind did you get? And I told him all about it, and now he's got one. And it's what happens when you get good sleep.
And like that's my thing. Being that I'm so limited on sleep, it's like, okay, let's say I leave the house and I know I'm only going for like an hour. I'm still bringing a meal with me because let's say I'm out. Let's say there's a wreck, or I get in a wreck, or I get stuck out somewhere and I'm home in 3 hours and I had to eat in 2 hours. Now I got to stay up an extra hour to either get this meal in or miss a meal, which is a lose-lose for me because let's say I miss a meal. That's setting me back as I didn't hit my macros for the day, or I didn't hit my protein goal for the day or whatever. So let's say I lose a pound that night, and then I put it on that spreadsheet, and Ben looks at it. Oh shit, Jacob lost a pound. Let's feed up the next day, and then I get my regular meals in my next day plus that extra food, and then I'm up 3 pounds. Now it's like Ben don't know. Oh, what the fuck? Why did he just gain 3 pounds? Well, it's because we ate more calories than I was supposed to because I missed a meal yesterday. Or now, to not miss a meal, I got to stay up an extra hour at the end of the day to get this meal in, and now I'm sacrificing sleep. So it's like,
and that affects the entire rest of the next day.
Yes, exactly. There's no give or take in this sport. This is the most unforgiving sport that you can possibly do, and that's why I love it, because it's challenging. It's you have to really be mentally tough to do this, as like
it all comes down to how well you live it, because
it comes down to how loyal you are to yourself. That's what it comes down to, because nobody's forcing you to do this. Nobody's holding a gun to your head saying you have to eat chicken and rice 6 times a day. You have to go to the gym and train until you cannot walk out the gym. like nobody's doing that. I want the challenge. I want to start my day out and be like, okay, day one of being absolutely perfect on my meal plan. Let's see how many days in a row that I can make this happen. It's a challenge. Okay, I'll finish this first day. Perfect. Hit everything. Let's do it again the next day. Let's do it again the next day. Let's do it again. And then eventually it just becomes your lifestyle. And like everybody's always like, I could never be that big. You're gonna be such a fat ass whenever you done bodybuilding. All your muscles gonna turn to fat. And I'm like, I mean, maybe for you, but
I didn't get like
my
this.
body,
I didn't get
my
like
mind.
this overnight. It's not gonna.
Well, not even that though. Not even that. It's just, and I'm not saying this as a professional athlete, but just as a bodybuilder who's been like me and you, who's been doing this for so long, I don't know anymore what it's like to get off of work and be like, man, what the fuck am I going to eat for dinner tonight? You want to know what my dinner is? My dinner's meal 6. My dinner is post-workout meal. It's the same shit every single day. So it's like I don't have that luxury anymore to be like
300. It's 300 grams of rice. It's 125
Yeah.
grams of pineapple.
Yep.
It's 10 grams of coconut oil, and it's 180 grams of chicken.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so once you do that for so long, it just becomes instilled in your mind that like even after I retire from this shit, there's never gonna be a sense of normalcy in my life anymore. Like,
In order for what they curse you with, or they say they think is going to happen to you, you'd have to have a different mind. You'd have to have a different brain.
That's what I'm saying. My brain is programmed.
Person. You're not capable.
That's what I'm saying. Like my brain is programmed to where like when I retire, I'm still gonna eat chicken and rice, but it ain't gonna be 6 times a day. It might be 3 times a day. I'm not gonna let myself get out of shape. My goal actually, when I'm done competing, is to either get into like some sort of MMA or not running because I fucking hate running, but just get into an athletic build, like 190, maybe 200, 205 max, but just an athletic build, like being able to like touch my fucking toes or sleep on my back and covered by my chest and wake up because I'm so like my chest is so big it's just smothering me. So it's like I don't plan on like deciding one day, oh, I'm done competing, now I can eat McDonald's 4 times a week. Like so if you tell a smoker quit smoking, they're gonna think about smoking every single day until eventually they're kind of like, oh man, but you're around people who smoke, you're gonna think about it. And all of my friends that are in this sport that I still hang out with, they're all the same as me. It's like we base our day off of what the fuck we eat, what we train, what time we train, what time we eat. So it's like, yes, I might not be in the sport anymore, but the sport is always going to be in me. And there's just going to be a constant drive to just live a healthy lifestyle after this. Like, because if you do let yourself go down that path of just eating like shit, you're already 270 pounds in the off season. Speaking for myself, I'm already like get to 270 in the off season. That's 30 pounds away from 300 pounds. Like that comes with some serious health issues if you're 300 pounds and a slop. Like, and coming off of all of the supplements that we take and stuff like that. So you're just setting yourself up for a short life if you do that. But like I said, dude, I'm so brainwashed into this lifestyle that even after I retire, I'm just still gonna eat the same shit. It just might not be as much, might not be as often. It's just gonna be what it is.
I think it's a good takeaway to maybe end the episode, but it's just that I think a big theme of tonight's episode and what's going on with you over the last couple years to where you're at now, it's all about a mentality. It's all about a new standard. It's about realizations. In order for
Absolutely.
in order for us to digress into that, we'd have to have a de-evolution of our minds. And when I say this is because we don't perceive food even in the way other people do. We don't perceive the scheduling of our day the way other people do.
No.
Everything is completely different. Like, my perspectives are not the same perspectives my wife has. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because this thing that I am pursuing to reach these goals that I have requires every aspect of life to be calculated, accounted for, and acted upon. And that's
Absolutely.
it's not a superiority thing. And I think that's what a lot of normal people have a hard time understanding, is that
Oh yeah.
it's just we operate at a different level. We perceive things totally differently. Food is
Yeah.
food is a it's a bunch of weights and ingredients. It's not a desire.
No. Yeah.
You know, like you were talking about post show eating, and like you know what I want to eat post show? Some fruit.
Yeah.
Because I'm
No. Like, and that,
fucking
look,
thirsty. I want to
literally,
eat. Okay, I'm hungry, but I'm also really really thirsty. So I want the food that's going to make me less thirsty. So I want some fruit.
and full watermelon.
Full. Yeah,
Watermelon.
yeah. Pineapples.
Whenever I was
watermelon.
done competing, so I was so locked in after Montgomery, where I got third, and then I did Tupelo. I think it was 6-7 weeks later. My post-show meal was watermelon and steak, because
Fired.
the protein intake that day was so little that I just wanted meat.
You needed some meat.
I wanted protein, and then I just wanted to quench my fucking thirst. So I'm like, just give me some watermelon and steak. That's all I want. Not no fried chicken, not no watermelon and fried chicken, just some damn steak.
Yeah, one time coming off a stage, I'll never forget this. They just announced the winners or whatever, and I remember my first thoughts is like, okay, this is one of my first shows, and I was like, all right, well, when do I go and talk to the judge? And I'm kind of like looking around, like, what happens next? And this dude is coming off stage, and he's like, bro, you want some chocolates? And he just like has a handful of chocolates out of this bowl that was backstage. He's like, bro, do you want some chocolates? And I'm just looking at him like he's retarded, and I'm just like, no, I don't want that at all. I want some water.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm looking for the guy I need to talk to about what I need to do better, and something to drink. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted nothing to do with no damn chocolate.
No. Eat that shit, you have like such slimy saliva.
Give me something to drink.
Yeah.
We've been riffing for about 2 hours now, man, and
Yeah, man. Time for me to get a meal in and then hit the
I'm
bed.
very hungry. I'm ready for my flank steak and my eggs. That's my
Ooh,
fresh
that
cooked
sounds
meal
good.
every day. Oh, bro, it's so good. Shout out to Blanco Seasoning, bro. If you go to Stein's, there's a grill section at Stein's. You know where they sell all the grills and shit, and they got all these fancy seasonings, like these small batch companies.
You need to get on the Flavor Gang sauces, bro.
I ain't got no money for that, man. My ass is po, bro. I'm doing this shit po man style. My CPAP,
telling you,
my
bro,
CPAP is carrying all the weight right now, bro. I'm telling you,
shit.
man.
I'll send you a bottle.
Hey, come on, send it. But yeah,
I'll send you a bottle, and then you could be hooked.
That seasoning blend, bro. It's like a salt and pepper with a couple different spices. So it's not like a red. It's not like a red pepper seasoning. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a black and white. Great.
So my thing is, and since I'm calculating all of my sodium intakes, the only seasonings I'll do is salt-free seasonings. And the number one seasoning.
Every single thing.
Yes. Yeah. So the number one thing that I found was the Miss Dash. Everything but the salt seasoning. It's everything but the bagel. It's just dried garlic, dried onions, dried green onions,
Mrs.
and
Dash, yeah, I know about it.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying that the flavor I use, all the other ones are fucking ass. I just use the everything. I use the everything but the salt seasoning is what it's called. And like I said, it's just everything but the bagel seasoning, just with no sodium in it. So I can have the flavoring from that, which is just basically just dried vegetables, so to speak. And then I'll put my salt in measured on top of that, and then I'll use the sauces, and I'll put like a serving of sauce on top of it and mix it all together. And dude, that shit slaps. They got a rosemary barbecue sauce. Fuck that good, bro.
Wow.
Five calories for 33 grams, and I only need like 5 grams of it on my meal, and that saturates the shit out of it.
So I calculated my salt one day for Lacey because she asked me to. You want to know how
Or
many?
like 4 grams.
That's rookie shit. You know how many grams of salt I consume a
6.
day?
How much? 10. Just tell me what, like 15 grams of sodium?
17 to 20.
Holy shit!
Perfect.
How much water you intaking? 2.5 gallons?
Perfect
2
blood
gallons?
pressure. Yeah, probably about 2. Probably about 2 gallons. Because what
Your
I
body's flushing that shit out anyway.
fucking, it's so good for you, bro. Like if you have the hydration to
Oh,
support
dude.
it, and you have the carbohydrate intake to support it,
Absolutely.
I maintain a perfect blood pressure, dude. Like my
Well, that's
BP
the
is
thing. That's
fucking
the thing, dude. If
perfect.
you can get away with eating that much sodium, you're in a great spot, because when you go get a refeed slash cheat meal, or like a burger and fries
It's a
prescribed or
drop in the
something,
bucket. It's a
that's what
drop
I'm
in the
saying.
bucket.
You're
So
literally, you're not gonna hold any water from that. Like if you replace meal 6, for instance, let's say, with a burger and fries,
it doesn't
people
matter.
who are only taking in 2 grams, 3 grams of sodium a day, they have that in that one meal. They
It's a
wake up the next
shock.
morning.
It's a shock to
I'm
the
about to say, they
system.
wake up the next morning bloated as fuck, face swollen, neck swollen, eyes swollen, and wonder what the fuck went wrong.
This is how
Well,
I
you
this is how I wake up in the morning. I wake up and I make what I call my hydration jug, and my hydration jug has like 6 grams of salt in it, like 40 ounces of water, 10 to 15 grams of creatine, and then like 8 ounces of coconut water. And I drink that by like 10 or 11 o'clock, and then I'll have another one of those. So that's like 12 to
So
14.
I do two hydration slash gut health drinks a day, and it's apple cider vinegar, aloe vera juice, lemon juice, glutamine, creatine, citrulline,
Bro, I'm just
two
drinking
scoops
salt
of.
water, bro.
I was about to say I'm doing 2 scoops of Silo 9 from Hostile, and I think they got 2 grams of sodium per serving in there, and I'll basically slam that first thing in the morning, like straight out of bed. I'll mix that all with 20 ounces of water. I'll slam that in the morning, and then I'll do it right before bed. So, I mean, that's what Ben had been doing, and everything's been passing through me perfect. I'll even do another shake right after that with collagen, magnesium, and greens and fiber.
Whew.
So,
Your supplement
yeah,
bill
it's a lot of
is
supplementation, and then I do all my
outrageous.
peptides.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, time for me to get a meal in and hit the fucking hay. I've been up for
Yeah,
so
man.
damn long,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the insight from Jacob. This guy, this is a rising star. You might not realize it yet, but scroll back in this episode and look at those pictures that were put up on screen. Look at the quality of that physique, and then listen to the story. Listen to where he came from. Listen to how focused he is now. Think about how profound that realization was when he saw what he brought manifest itself, and it absolutely changed him. What you're looking at and listening to is somebody who is evolved and on a totally different wavelength now. 24 years old, so much time in front of him and so much drive. The man does all this while working swing shift in refineries. Understand that is one of the most people that is the entirety of their life, and they can't fit anything else into it.
Yeah,
That job
dude.
becomes
The
their
people,
life.
the people that I work with,
That's
that's
all they
literally
know.
what they eat, sleep, and like. I try to explain to them, like, especially my supervisor, like, do you know the love that you have for your job? Like, you take my phone call at 1 o'clock in the morning when a pump breaks, and then you're on the phone with X, Y, and Z trying to get a millwright out here to come fix this pump. Like, that's how much you love your job. Imagine that times 50 is how much I love this sport. Like, I try to get them to understand that, because like there's people that work that shift, that type of job, and like what they brag about. Like, they get off of work and they, I'm working 13-1 right now, blah blah blah, all tough shit. I don't care. You can have that. I don't desire that. The same thing, like, you look at me in the control room eating chicken and rice, and you like, I don't know how you can fucking eat plain chicken, right? I don't know how you can enjoy working here, honestly.
Yeah, I don't
But
know how this is the pinnacle of your existence, is to drive out
yeah,
here and do this every day, and that's it. You know,
yeah,
you do it for a couple vacations a year, or whatever, some sort of
yep,
security, knowing you've got X in the bank account. You know, living to pay truck notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is
yeah,
the peak of existence. So understand that what Jacob's doing in bodybuilding alongside this kind of work is profound, and you will not find it many places. There is not, blue collar bodybuilding is not a popular thing. You know, it's just not. It's just not. It's something
everybody
special.
wants that instant. Everybody wants that instant overnight success where, I just want to bodybuild full time. Well, you got to earn your stripes, bro. You got to put in the fucking work. And
Good luck.
some people just have the luxury where they can just do that. Some people got the luxury where they can just wake up one night and have a TikTok take off, and next thing they know, they making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year off of social media, not even having to compete. But here we are, we got people like me and you that sleep and breathe this shit, and we don't even bring much of anything to brag about in. But here we are, still telling ourselves that one day we're gonna fucking make it, because one day we will make it. It's not a if, but it's a win. And if
Well,
you have that type of mindset, man,
I don't know any different. I don't know what
that,
else
that
to
that's
do. I
what
don't know any different.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm too far into this shit to do anything else. So we're gonna find out where the bottom is, or where the ceiling is, and then we'll go from there. But
Yep,
until then, gang, enjoy the journey. We'll see you guys
absolutely. It
around.
was good catching up
Jake,
with you, man.
it was a good time, man. I love the perspectives. It was very refreshing and insightful, man. I'm glad we had you
Absolutely.
back
We got to
on.
get a training session in.
Let's do it. Hey, we got the team, the Lacey Strong team workout's going to be in Ponchatoula on the 20th. So
That's that. The owner of that gym hit me up, and he told me to go. I didn't respond to him because I didn't know if well, for one, I don't know if I worked that day yet. I got to check. And
you got to
two,
go feel out your competitors there, man. You got two other classic physique pros that are going to be there.
I know.
You
That's
got
on the 20th.
Yeah, it's on the 20th. You either got to go and bully somebody, or you got to go get folded. So it's going to be what
Let me
it's
see.
going to
Hold
be.
up. Give me a second. I'll let you know if I can make it. If you want to close out the live and just stay on real quick, I'll let you know if I can make it.
Well, guys, this producer B, also known as Primar Billy, it's my boy Jacob Robichaux. Gonna have great guests on the show. We're gonna keep it rolling. I'm trying to keep this thing alive, as you can see with this prime production I've put on. But stay tuned, turn the notifications on, share it around. I've got lots of great guests lined up, and we're gonna keep on trucking, guys. Thank you for
Hey, I'll be able to make it. Sorry to
for
cut you off.
thank you for being a part of this, and we'll see you guys next time. Oh wait, I gotta play the outro. Hold on.
In order to train as hard as possible, you must retain a clear image of your purpose. Once your goal is sharply but realistically defined, all that remains is carrying out your plan. Don't, however, worry about your individual potential. Potential is only the expression of a possibility. something that can be assessed accurately only in retrospect. In other words, you'll never know how good you might have become unless you try. So let's get with it.